Hi everyone, welcome to Texas History with Mrs. Chaudhary. This week our topic is the impact of World War II on Texas. So let's get started. There are three main topics we're going to cover. The first is impact on industry in the state of Texas. Second is women in the workplace. And then we're going to talk about how families coped or managed to keep some kind of normalcy during wartime. A major reason why the United States won the war was because of our industrial power. In factories all over Texas and the United States, we built all kinds of stuff for the war effort. Airplanes, ships, tanks, all of these ran on gasoline. So as a result, Texas industries boomed during the war. 500,000 Texans left behind farm work and moved from rural areas to cities to fill the growing need for factory workers. This movement from rural areas to cities led to the majority of Americans living in cities for the first time. Let's move on to topic 2, women in the workplace. The demand for workers created many social opportunities. Women took up much of the responsibility for producing war materials, and approximately 6 million women joined the workforce during World War II. Women made airplanes and warships, munitions and tanks, working in technical and scientific fields for the first time. They enjoyed the work, the good pay, the opportunities for advancement, and the excitement of working with other women and men on important jobs that need to be done for the war. Once the war ended, most women wanted to continue working, but of course, millions of men came back from serving in the military, so women were asked to do their part by leaving the job market. Many were fired from their jobs so the returning veterans could be re-employed. After the war, women were still employed as secretaries, waitresses, or in other clerical jobs. Those jobs were not as well paid, and they were not as enjoyable or challenging, but women did take those jobs because they either wanted or needed to keep working. However, the lasting effect was that women were accepted in the workplace. Our final topic, how did families cope during wartime? America needed to send as much food and supplies as possible for soldiers overseas. This meant that all food and supplies had to be rationed. Ration means that each person was allowed to have only a fixed amount of a particular item. Families would get ration stamps and were allowed to only buy a certain amount of a product. They had to show the ration stamps when they made a purchase, like you see with the boy in the picture. Stamp books were used for meat, sugar, coffee, shoes, auto parts, and many other types of products. Families were encouraged to plant victory gardens to conserve food for the war effort. They would grow their own food to make sure there was enough for all the soldiers. Children also collected and turned in scrap metal to be used to make war materials. Schools even had scrap drives. These were ways to show patriotism and support for the war. Okay guys, that's going to conclude our presentation on the impact of World War II on Texas. Stay tuned for next week's topic, the economy in Texas, which will be out on May 8th, 2020. Guys, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.